when I was interrogated by the officer, he told me, we heard your family survived the attack. Next time we'll get them. And that was the time where I decided, I think that's enough. They have to go out of Gaza.
It's a hugely dangerous place to be a medic because they've been targeted. You yourself were interrogated. And not only that, but your family was threatened. So you had to send them back to Ireland. Can you tell us about that?
So I got my family in Gaza. And when the war started, and that's really, I'll tell you the details what happened. So most of the international, I would say the foreign citizens were provided or offered evacuation just from the borders. None of them was offered safe corridor to go there. I was not an exception. My family are all Irish and British, and they were offered the evacuation, but they have to go 40 kilometers through the bombings, airstrikes, and everything to be there. I could not go with them. I could not leave the patients. So I kept them in my father-in-law house. And then the situation became really hard. Then I brought them to the hospital for 3 weeks with no food. We were eating literally nothing. I was busy in the hospital, no restaurants, no meals, nothing. And many times we had to eat the bread, which is 5 days old, with the greenish, fungal color on this one, because we had nothing to eat. We relied on noodles for most of the time. And that was not me, everyone around us. And then when the Israelis became very close to the hospital, I just sent them to my in-law house. I said, I can't tolerate seeing you being interrogated. And 2 days later, when we were under the siege with no connections, no phone calls, nothing, you hardly manage every day to get a single phone call. I heard that the Israelis bombed my in-law house with the family there. For 2 days, I didn't know what happened. Then later, I came to know that luckily they survived this. They came from under the rubble. And I thought that's like a separate story. When I was interrogated by the officer, he told me, we heard your family survived the attack. Next time we'll get them. And that was the time where I decided, I think that's enough. They have to go out of Gaza. And that was the only chance to send them. And they had to go on their own. My wife being pregnant with the kids, no one was with her. It took her 2 days because the first day the checkpoint was closed. She had to wait there. She had to sleep in a school close to the checkpoint, on the stairs with no toilets, nothing, with the girls. And then next day she tried. And when she arrived there, I would say very simply, my eldest, Sahar, they gave her a bottle of water, the people. And then she said, Mommy, is this real water? Is this not the salty water we have been drinking for weeks? So that was very hard.